Hey guys, my name's Anthony Pham and I'm one of the editors on Bluey. I worked on the episode Wild Girls and Whale Watching. An animatic is kind of like a rough draft for animation or film. It's kind of like a flipbook with just the important pages. So the way it usually works is we would get the script first, and then once we get the script, we would have a read. And then Joe would also send us a radio play. So that's just a guide with Joe's voice. So what people don't actually know is the recording of the voice actors is actually done way beforehand. And then we just find the pacing for the dialogue. So all of the characters like Mum, Bluey, Dad and Bingo, we're making sure that we're choosing what we think is the best take. So that would be like kind of subjective. But then also we would want it to match what Joe had read in the radio play. So he'd be like, I want it to sound like they're saying it like, hey, how are you? And then we would make sure that the take that we choose is as close as possible to what he had read.
Hello, how are you? We are very nice.
I'm good.
You then want to add in the sound effects. So this is really important for the timing for the animators so they know how an action is done. So example, like if a door closes, you would want to hear the door closing. So then the animators are like, oh, okay, cool. That's exactly where the door should shut.
Are you sure?
What's this?
After cutting in the sound effects, you would want to cut in the music. That would set the mood and tone of the whole entire scene. So like a heartfelt moment or a funny moment, we just try to find whatever we can online. And also, sometimes we do use the existing music that we have from the series, just as like a guide. This helps with the pacing for the music team, for them to score underneath. So once the animatic is locked off, the animators would work their magic, and then we would get their scenes back, and then we'd cut that into the timeline to make sure that it's timed right to exactly what we have in the animatic. So you would have the storyboard, and then you would have the animation on top, and that's where we would cut in all the renders. So normally when we work on an animatic, we do sometimes work closely with the storyboard artist, because if there's a panel that doesn't really work, we ask the storyboard artist to adjust it to make it work for us. During the editing process, Joe always sits with us as we do the animatics. We would sit closely together and then would go through the script as well as the edit to make sure the pacing is all right. He likes to be part of like everything, which is really cool, because it makes it much easier for us because he's got a vision and he knows what he wants.
I don't know what I want, but I know I want something.
So in regards to how many versions that we go through, it really depends on the episode. If it's like an easy one, maybe like 5 to 10 versions. And then if you have like a really difficult episode, like maybe Handstand, you might end up with like 100 different versions just to make sure the timing's all right. So what was very difficult about Handstand was because we had to really nail down the timing of the animatic, because this would be used by the animators. And so all the characters had to be looped together to make sense of the story. So we had to really make sure that the loops were correct.
Oh, my arms are tired.
Bluey episodes are 7 minutes, and we always try to keep it 7 minutes if we can. But then sometimes the story just needs to be a bit longer. And so there are exceptions where we do have it longer. So example, Sleepy Time. Sleepy Time isn't 7 minutes. Pass the Parcel would be another one. It really just depends on the story. And sometimes you just need that extra minute to make it better. So one of the fun things about working on Bluey was I always looked forward to the Friday screenings that we had. Every week we'd have a Friday screening where we just show off everything that we've worked on. So for us it would be like the animatics that we worked on. So it was really fun seeing everyone's reactions and just like hearing everyone laughing and people crying at like those really heartfelt moments, and just being with everyone was really nice.